Howdy, and welcome to the Lunch Table Podcast, a podcast where we make talking out of your butt a sport.
Beefy 5-layer.
And we have the gold medals for it.
I just eat too much refried beans.
And that's right, my man who eats too much refried beans.
And you pay the price.
My co-host, Mr. Google himself, Drew, they call me the Mexican Slaughter Man. Lotsenizer!
Give me the goods. I need that
I was
sour
gonna
cream.
say you slay burritos, but I've been too. I feel like I've been doing too many gay jokes, and that's not fair. And that's not fair to the gay community to have you representing them.
Right.
See,
That's true.
see. So I just figured saying you kill Mexicans is better.
Not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna lean into a gay joke.
You lean into my dick pretty hard. And the co-host, well, and the host with the hardest dick. Your host with the most.
Bruises.
Because Drew keeps leaning into me when I'm not ready. It's easily bent.
Yeah, it is.
Carl Jones.
That's what she said.
Drew likes it at a good
My
right angle.
bent dick or lick.
I'd rather lick it. I feel like if dicking a bent dick would bend my dick.
Or would it put it all back together?
Not if they're bent in
It's like
different ways.
It's like crutches.
That's not how it works.
Be the crutch to my...
Let's get into it. Beefy 5-layer crunch. Drew. I miss when those were like a couple cents. I miss when you could go with $5 to Taco Bell after the
and
movies
be full, yeah.
and buy like 20 burritos. And maybe one chicken burrito.
Damn you, inflation!
Gosh darn it.
I found out you can make that again.
Why is it mystery meat mystery?
I found out you can make that again.
What, inflation?
No, the chicken burrito.
Or Mr. Meat?
The chicken burrito.
Oh, how?
You can get a chicken enchilada burrito, which is pretty much just the same thing with red sauce in it.
Mm-hmm.
So don't have them put the red sauce in, have them put the avocado ranch, which that was the only thing that they had in it, and they still have it there.
They just don't like adding it to the menu.
No, they don't add it to anything.
That sucks.
Which makes me think...
Like, they have it there, but they're not putting... So, like, we're not buying any more of it.
Right.
Use what you got, and once it's gone, it's gone.
Right. I mean, they sell it at Walmart or whatever. They sell the avocado ranch.
Dude, that's like...
It's almost pretentious as
Okay.
hell. Avocado.
Talking about this, right, makes me think of Lunchables. Lunchables has been... So... Who was it? Logan Paul and Mr. Beast and stuff came out with their own Lunchable, basically.
The turkey and cheese crackers is the best. Fight me.
Anyways, I was reading how like Lunchables got started because they were like dissing Lunchables and there's all this stuff on the news and yada yada yada. So I was looking into Lunchables and they started off because like they were like canned meats. They were basically like Spam and shit like that.
Yeah.
And as food progressed, they didn't need these canned meats as much. These highly processed meats, and they didn't know what to do with them, so they're like, well,
let's give them to kids.
Yeah, what if we cut them down and make them bright colored and just give them to kids?
Right. Oscar Mayer, dude, is the best at that.
Yeah. So they just took this thing and gave it to kids.
Right.
No one even checked the nutrients or
People
anything.
love meat and cheese trays.
I think really what sold
Maybe
it.
that's why I like meat and cheese trays to this day. That's why charcuterie boards were so big, is because we got conditioned from children to love Lunchables.
I think what it is when you're a
pizza.
child, you have some, like, you feel like you're making your own lunch too a bit. Even though you're not, all the ingredients is there, but you have like some type of control, so you like it.
Right.
You're like, I get to make my pizza.
Small ranking. We're not going to go too far into it. Just very controversial here. The best three, nachos, pizza, and cracker sandwich.
Yeah.
What was your...
Pizza probably first.
Pizza was your favorite?
Pizza,
then?
Yeah. Then the sandwich.
Okay.
Nachos were always at the end.
Yeah.
To me, nachos weren't exciting.
Right.
Because they didn't...
Just little tiny nachos.
And they didn't have like the good beef or nothing.
my 4-year-old fat fingers were still bigger than the
they only
tiny
gave you
little
like
nachos.
they gave you 5 little circle nachos.
Yeah,
Like, here you go. And it's like, what's this? They used to have those hot dogs that were dry as shit. You don't remember? Or the burgers? They started coming out with burgers. No,
I had the turkey sub. Which was actually like deli meat turkey.
Yeah.
What you're talking about is called a Lunchly.
Yeah, Lunchly, yes.
Logan Paul's Lunchable ripoff.
Yes, they're not that much better. And they also use Prime and obviously Mr. Beast candy bar in it.
Right.
They try to sell it to the children.
Like
just again, always selling crap to children.
Like even just looking at the picture, there is almost no cheese on it.
No.
That was crazy.
No, dude, and you can tell it's like they don't care. They're just blatantly try to rip off Lunchables to make a quick buck.
Yeah.
And then like all they do is bash it, which is true. Okay, Lunchables did have lead and all this weird stuff.
So does Prime has microplastics.
Yes. Lunchly's not much better. Like when they compare it, and they get away because they call things electrolytes, so they get away without having to put as much sodium. And then it's like people were asking, why do kids, like low elementary kids that are sitting for most of their day, need like a sport drink?
Shaking, yeah.
Yeah. Like, why would they even need electrolytes? They're not sweating all day.
So, Carl.
Yes.
What are we going to do?
Okay. So,
what are we doing today?
First.
What are we doing?
First.
What are we doing?
First.
Second.
Okay, second we're doing Would You Rather.
Okay.
First we're going to go over some movies first to have them eventually, we'll get into it, but
we
eventually.
We got a smorgasbord of stuff today.
Have them vote since everyone wants us to do another movie review. We're trying to trick them into actually telling us what they want since they just won't do it.
Okay. So I'll dive into this a little more. A few celebrities have died in the last couple days. Chris Christopherson.
Yeah.
He's known like that guy in Blade. He's the old guy in Blade. Wesley Snipes was the main guy. He was in A Star Is Born, Convoy, Payback.
Yeah, he looks like a Western dude.
Yeah, he was in Planet of the Apes.
He almost looks like the brother of Chuck Norris.
I thought he looked like the brother of Nick Nolte.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah.
But the bigger one is Maggie Smith. Professor McGonagall from Harry Potter passed away.
I'm sorry.
The
cat one,
great
right?
Yeah.
She's the one who turned to cat.
Right. She was also Downton Abbey and
great actress.
But that led me into Hook.
Great movie.
She starred in Hook.
Yes.
And Robin Williams also starred in Hook. So for our poll today, we're going to go down a Robin Williams track. And we're going to let you guys pick what our next lunch table or our next takeout is. Because we ask you, and you don't do it. So we're going to force you.
We're trying. We're trying to get somebody the answer.
So CJ and I were going through 4 Robin Williams movies that neither of us have seen.
Oh, and by the way, you can
Still
tell us
acclaimed.
you can tell us off air, like some of the listeners like to do.
Yeah.
That live around us or whatever. They'll find us.
Right.
And tell
if you
us
have our
off
number,
air.
send us a text.
Well, no. Don't tell me off air. You tell me off air. My chances of doing it are like 0. Now you engage with my video and you do something with the video, much higher chance of doing it. Just throwing that out there. Much higher chance.
Your choices for the Robin Williams movie poll for the takeouts are Man of the Year, Dead Poet Society, The Final Cut, and our number 1 seed, 1 Hour Photo.
Oh, dude, reading that. I just love it when someone who mainly does comedy does something
weird,
way out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the complete opposite to really push themselves acting wise. And when it comes to psycho thrillers or any type of horror or anything that's meant to scare you, the acting can be really, really cheesy.
Yeah.
Or it's good. It is believable.
Yeah.
Like it could be Sixth Sense or it could be Sharknado. That is your spectrum. I
still think the kid going, I see dead people. is so bad.
Yeah? Does it get you?
Yeah, no, like
Does it make you laugh? Yeah. It throws you out of the... It makes you disbelief. Right? And that's the worst. When you're trying to watch a movie and someone does something where you're like, I don't believe this.
Carl, I do want you to keep talking. You told me a
Yes.
tidbit of juicy story
A touch.
at Verizon.
So, my mom hit me up today.
Uh-huh.
Reminded me that I had to go to my dad's birthday dinner at 4.
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh, okay. We're getting ready to leave, and you know my family, you know me. Being on time's not always a thing.
What time's the dinner? 4:30?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock is what I was told.
It is 3:32, and you haven't left the house yet.
Well, I'm calling. I'm only 21 minutes away, so I don't want to leave too early. I'm trying to call, right?
Okay.
No one's picking up.
No.
It's not even ringing, right? Like, anytime I try to call anyone in my family, the phone's not even ringing. It's just like going to voicemail. So I said, screw it, let's go. We drive. We get to the place. We're there early. I try calling them again, and it's giving me that the number you have tried to call has been disconnected. Yeah. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, did these suckers not pay their bill?
I was talking to them yesterday.
But I know
Your mom called you yesterday.
I think they're all on the same phone bill. So I'm like, did they just not pay their bill or something happened? Like, what the hell? Eventually, like, dude, I'm trying to call them on Facebook. No one's answering. You know, I was like, well, if their phone service doesn't work, I've been there. I know your internet still works. Right?
Right.
No one's getting a hold of me. Finally, they get there. And my mom informs me. She calls me from somebody else's phone off of Facebook. They must have connected to some type of internet. And she calls me to let me know that Verizon got hacked and all their service is down. And I just proceed to laugh because they're the type, like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's like, "Oh, Verizon's so great." And I'm an AT&T guy.
Yeah.
And they're all Verizon. So I just thought it was hysterical.
Well, AT&T got hacked like 2 months ago.
Well, it didn't affect me. I don't care if it gets hacked. The card that I have through it is a credit card or something like that. So if they really want to steal that, I could cancel it any time.
Around 9:30.
So, like, they just could not make calls. Everyone's phone just disconnected. I would be so pissed, dude. I'd be so pissed. Like, are you going to give me a break on my next bill? I couldn't use my phone for half the day.
No, they don't.
I know they don't
care
that.
about that.
I know. It's always fuck you. The way these corporations, it's just fuck you. Oh, I know this would make sense and this would be the respectable thing to do, but we're not going to do that because no one tells us we have to.
I have a story about customer service today.
Uh-oh.
I was in Spectrum today. I got a new router.
Yeah.
And I decided that I don't want to pay for using their router anymore.
Okay.
And it sucks.
So you pay a renting fee?
Yes. And one thing I learned while I was up at the counter is I also pay a fee to use the router. Not only to rent the router, but to use the router.
So 2 rents.
Yes.
Fuck them.
So I walk in, and I didn't make an appointment ahead of time, which is very, very wrong. And I walk in, I put my name in, and I look up at the TV that tells me my place in line. Like I took a ticket at the deli market.
Do they have a ticket, or did you have to sign in?
It's a sign in, and then it shows you on the TV
yes,
board
it does.
above.
First, I would like to explain when I went to go pick up my internet. They didn't have a sign or anything, so I didn't know. I walked in there and I'm waiting, and I saw names on there, and I was like, okay, obviously I got to wait in line and sign up with these people, and they'll take me.
Right.
I'm standing there for like 40 minutes, and then I see someone say something. They're like, well, are you on the list? They're like, no. And they're like, you got to sign in on a computer back there. And I was like, what the hell? Like, this should be in like big bold letters.
Sign in.
Yeah, flashing lights.
Oh, I got a bit and piece of that. I signed in. I sat down on this couch that they have. The couches are very, very uncomfortable. Yeah. And I just decided that I was going to take up the whole couch.
Mm-hmm. Well, fuck them.
Yeah. I'm leaning in. And more people start coming in. And I'm looking at my name on the list, and it has not moved. I was 8 out of 10 when I sat down.
How many people are at the desks running?
A lot.
Like, is there 5 people? So
No,
like,
well, okay, there were 2 to begin with.
2 workers?
Then a third came out, and then a manager came out.
Oh, okay. All right. They're busy.
So they were coming back, I assume. I sat down on this couch, and more people keep piling in. And more people keep piling in. And more people keep piling in. And nobody is leaving. Nothing is getting solved. The 2 people that are up there, one is buying a cell phone plan, which actually takes quite a while, and the other is just bitching about something. And the guy was just like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The best I can do is call this. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, ma'am. And she's like reading him the riot act.
Yeah.
He wants nothing to do with it. Eventually it gets solved. She leaves. And I go up a space. Another guy comes in, an older guy. And he kind of looks over at me. Right as soon as he walks in the door. Sees the couch that I'm sitting on. Taking up fully. And he kind of looks at it. Looks at me. Looks at it. Looks at me.
He's looking at your crotch?
Uh-huh. Well, I'm spread eagle on the couch. He looks down, and he goes over and signs in. And then sits down next to me and starts talking to me. And I'm like...
He's gay.
Man, I just want to sit on my couch until my time is up. I just want to sit here.
Did he shove himself on the couch next to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, scoot over.
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn.
Yeah, and starts talking to me, and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I kind of finished this conversation.
Yeah. Right. Dude, I did my small talk, okay? Now we're men. We don't small talk. Let's just sit here in silence, please.
Right. And then somebody else comes in the door, and I guess he knew that guy, and he was like kind of waving, and then they go off somewhere else. I was like, oh, thank God.
Oh, awesome.
So I'm sitting here waiting, and more time is going through.
That guy had to be pissed. The guy who walked through the door like, fuck, it's Frank. Hey, Roger. What's up, man? Oh, hey, have a good one. So anyways, he's like, fuck.
Actually, he went, I'm going to go say hi to him. I'll be back.
See?
I went, fuck. But the same 2 people are still up at the counter.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
And this lady keeps bitching. And all of us are looking around like, oh my God, what the hell is going on? Finally, another person comes out of the back and helps start taking people. Takes this one guy, a younger guy. He's up there for 2 or 3 minutes. You can tell that he's kind of angry. He fucking leaves, kicks open the door, goes, fuck this place. He goes, you guys shouldn't even be here. Fuck this place. Gets his car and leaves. I'm like, what is going on?
Dude, what is Spectrum doing that they're having this many people show up with issues?
I have no clue. I was just returning my router so that I could say, hey, take this off
Yeah, but
my
look
belt.
how long it's taken just to give them a router.
Right.
Like, just take my fucking router.
So I waited another, 45 minutes.
How long total have you been there?
Probably an hour and a half.
Oh, my God.
To drop something off.
Dude.
So the manager comes out and takes care of somebody and takes care of them relatively quick. I think they were trying to pay a bill or something, even though there was a machine especially for that. Next up, the lady comes up, and I'm next. I'm looking at it. I'm like, that's my name.
Right.
That's my name. I'm coming to you. I'm coming to the manager. Right. The lady walks out and goes, does anybody have anything to return? I was like, I do. Right here. I do. And the lady off to my left goes, I do too. And the manager looks at the lady and goes, what's your name? And the lady goes, Barbara or something. And she looks up at the board and goes, I don't see your name on the board. And Barbara goes, so? Can I just return this and leave?
Yeah.
She looks at me and goes, what's your name? I'm like, I'm one. I'm Drew.
Yeah.
I'm Drew. Right
I'm Mr. Law tonight. I'm right there.
Right there. I just wanted to return this and leave.
Yeah. She take you?
Yeah, she took me. I just wanted to leave.
All right. Dude, was that lady pissed?
I got hit on, yelled at.
That's an eventful time at the internet shop, I guess.
Yeah.
Is what you call it. Dude, that's what I mean. I don't know how they do it. First off, taking care of all the cable complications, which is a lot. A lot. They got a lot of issues.
Right.
Now you add phones into that.
Yeah,
and internet with all the routers.
They don't have enough people to do that.
No.
They would have to double the store and add twice as many people.
One time, a guy came in who worked for that store or used to, and he sat down and I was cutting his hair, and now I understand why he seemed like
Balding?
defeated. Dude, he hated that store.
I forgot a funny part.
I thought working at M&R where grouchy old men was bad,
Yeah.
like his customers, but that might take the cake for the worst customer base, period. Yeah. Everyone's coming in mad as fuck because
the only reason you are in there is because you're either being charged too much or you're not getting the service you're paying for.
Yes, which pisses people off.
Yes. I was being charged too much, so I returned around. But one of the older guys walked in, I think the dude the boyfriend that he met at the end. He walks up to the manager lady and goes, "When am I going to be helped?" And the lady goes, "Have you signed in yet?" And he goes, "Yes, I'm number 12. And she goes, "It's probably going to be 45 minutes. And he goes,
or longer.
He goes, "I'll just come back tomorrow." And she goes, "No, that's a bad idea. Tomorrow is the first of the month." He goes, "You're right." I'll sit right there.
At some point, like, what can you do?
Right.
You know their processes take forever and whatnot, so what can you do besides wait?
Right. From the time I walked up to the desk and left out the door, I was there for 2.5 minutes. I said, "Here this is. Take it off my bill. I have this."
Yeah.
She goes, "Boo, boo, 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 boo. Okay, here you go."
Yeah.
And gave me a receipt. 2.5 minutes. If everything was like what I did,
It's not.
I wouldn't have been there.
You have people come up and just will not accept, like, "Ma'am, for you to have this package, this is what they charge, and yes, there's secret fees." Well, I don't want that. And there's no way of getting rid of it. Well, I ain't moving until you get rid of it. Well, ma'am, that's not the way. I'm telling you, man, you can just turn it off. And it's like, I get your frustration. I've been there. I've been that customer. But in the same sense, I've also been that dude working.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have
There's
the power.
nothing I can do.
The only thing he can do is ask the manager and see what his power truly is. And he might not have the right pass.
Right. Real quick, I want to mention something before we go into Would You Rathers. So you prep that up. Mm-hmm. There is a strike about to happen.
Oh, yes.
Potentially
very important.
strike.
Very important for everyone who listened to this piece of news.
The East Coast dock workers, the people that bring your goods in from all over the world.
Yeah, and drugs.
And ports.
And people. Drug trafficking has been done that way.
I'm not disagreeing with you one bit.
That's how everything gets over here.
They do not like how they are being treated, so they could potentially have a strike going on.
Well, it's not only. I bet not only are they working triple times,
right?
But with inflation, their paychecks probably aren't as sweet as they used to be.
Right. The main cause is they rejected a wage raise.
Oh, wow. They actually rejected. It must have been small.
Yeah.
It must have been like $2
The union asked for that, and the company
and the company said it. See? Yeah. That's why. Right. Inflation's fucking everyone.
45,000 dock workers that will not be moving your stuff.
If this happens, everything's going to be expensive.
Down.
Do you remember?
It was just toilet paper during COVID. All your fresh vegetables and fresh fruit and things like that.
Anything that has to come overseas.
Right.
Now, we're inland, so we'll get affected with more of the plastics, the metals, things like that. We're not going to suffer so much on our vegetables just because we get a lot of that kind of from the farms and whatnot inside America. But we are going to lose stuff like maybe star fruits and weird fruits like that you can't get around here. You know, it's going to affect everything. Every good will be affected by this. And then it might even hurt truckers because without those goods coming in, truckers can't get their money from delivering stuff.
Right. Everything gets squeezed.
Now you would also have Amazon and all of them getting squeezed. It's going to cause a big controversy, man.
All right, man. Hit me with some would you rather.
Okay. Drew, we'll start off with an easy one, a soft one.
Okay.
Would you rather be kidnapped by aliens or ninjas?
Which one would I like to be?
Kidnapped. Well,
Prefer.
aliens are probably going to probe you and do whatever. But if ninjas captured you, you know what ninjas were, right? They were farmers
the feudal.
Yeah, they were basically farmers that fought back against the oppressive kings or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you got caught by one of them, you're probably one of the kings that was oppressing them. So I'm assuming it's not going to be good.
Yeah, you're probably gonna die. No, my mind went to if they could kidnap me. Like aliens with their technology definitely could kidnap me.
I mean,
you're gonna need,
you're gonna
need 6 little Asians to pick me up.
Little blow darts,
Okay, I'm down, but I'm staying right there until you get 4 more.
It's true. Who knows?
You've tried to pull my dead body.
I didn't
around.
even attempt.
Right.
I didn't. I kind of thought about that. I was like, I got no shot.
And gravity was going to help you.
And I was looking at the door. I had to get you through the door, and I was like, I don't even know if that's wide enough to get them through.
Right.
The way you were laying down, and I was like, I'm not figuring this out.
Right.
Motivational speech. I straight up rolled a 20, a crit. I critted that speech to get you out of your drunken stupor.
It worked.
It worked. My bardness trick worked.
What I'm saying is, you are going to need a small crowd of 5'2" Asian males.
Dude, you say that, but I feel like they would just have a bunch of bamboo on them and do like a rolling system. Like logs. They just put them, and then they push you and roll you over top of the bamboo.
This is so racist. I'm still gonna say it. I would be treated like a panda. I want to be kidnapped by ninjas.
Are we mixing our cultures? Ninjas. That's true. I would do aliens.
Yeah.
I
like my butthole the size it is.
But you would forget. They usually
Would
go, boo!
Would you?
You would think there's something up with your butthole, but you wouldn't really know.
Right.
You wouldn't know. You'd think it's bigger, but you would forget what happened that night. You would be like, I think I was abducted.
With enough sake, I'd forget the other one.
That's true. But sake is not high in alcohol content.
I think ninjas would love me.
Man who can hide. He may be big, but he hide well. He hide very well.
He knew sumo athlete.
He very stealthy with feet.
he eat all the rice.
All rice. Would you rather be eaten by a T-Rex or an octopus?
Eaten by an octopus. Like, it's, again, man, we're judging my size here. It's gonna have to be a big octopus. A T-Rex, I mean, that would probably eat me whole. I'd probably say a T-Rex, man. T-Rex would bite me in half. Octopus would pull me down into the water and probably drown me. That's how he'd kill me.
The worst thing about
I don't want to drown.
Getting eaten by...
I never want to drown.
I agree.
I almost drowned when I was little.
How?
One of the kids at the pool jumped on my head and leg locked around me. And I was underwater for like 4.5 minutes.
Freaking out.
Yeah.
And it's the worst when you're in a panic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I've been there. Someone stood on me once.
Ooh.
You know, when you're underwater and you're just swimming at the bottom, then they stand on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been there. Dude, that's what I was going to say. First off, T-Rex, the worst thing you would have to deal with, I feel like, is maybe seeing it for a second and having that initial scare. Like, T-Rex, my life's over. and like, if it didn't kill you with the initial bite, yeah, you would have to be in a stomach and slowly, like, maybe die that way. But I'd still take that over being, like you said, swimming. First off, you'd be diving. You would have to be diving or something, right? Then it gets a hold of you, and those things are extremely strong. So as you're trying to pull it off, you know you're doomed. And then it has a little beak at which it would just peck you slowly to eat you. Like, it would just take little bites of you to eat you, you know? And there you are under the water trying to hold your breath while being eaten alive. That sounds so much worse. So I'm going T-Rex.
Would you rather have permanent breath or permanent bad breath or permanent body odor?
Body odor.
Really?
I think so.
See, I feel like bad breath, you could blame it on something. When you have BO, people just know.
Yeah, but I feel like BO would be easier to cover.
I don't think so, man. You could get a thing of gum.
No, but you still have bad breath, so it doesn't cover it.
You'd still have bad body odor.
Well, yeah, but I feel like enough clothes layers and scent, you could just hide.
No, if gum didn't work for bad breath, then that won't work for body odor.
Plus, I feel like body odor, okay, once you're there and you get used to the smell, you're kind of good with it. And then once I'm intimate and close with someone, it doesn't really matter. Okay, right. Let's say a gym moment.
I would never talk to anybody face-to-face with either of them.
Dude, you say that, but let's say you find a girl after the gym. You both just did a gym set, and you're not going to talk to her. Yeah, you would. And both of you aren't going to care. But if one of them had bad breath and you walk in that moment, you're going to fucking notice, and you're going to be like, that bitch had bad breath. That's nasty.
So your main target for demographic of girls are sweaty.
Well, dude, I do like a girl after the gym. But yeah, I'm saying I'd much rather just have bad body odor, dude. That's just bacteria on my skin and not in my mouth.
Yeah. All right, what you got?
Okay. Would you rather have a permanent unibrow or no eyebrows?
Unibrow.
One big unibrow?
Yeah. I already kind of have a unibrow. I have to get it taken care of quite a bit.
Yeah, but if you couldn't.
Still. I have seen people with no eyebrows, and they freak me out.
Yeah, but you could draw them on. They probably got fake ones now that you can just stamp on and stuff.
I think that's a loophole, and that's bullshit.
Well, so
you have to deal with one of the two of them.
Fine. Okay. If I had, I would just rock it and shave my head and say I had alopecia or something. You can't make fun of me. I got an issue.
I can't. It won't make a difference if I have no hair.
Permanent unibrow instantly makes you a geek forever. Like there's.
I got a newsflash for you, bud. You're a geek.
Yeah, but I can hide it. They don't know till they talk to me.
Do you know how much money you've spent in trading cards
Too much.
in the last month?
Too much.
That's where our Patreon went.
I actually was pricing them out today.
You nerd.
I know. I was surprised how many I had that are actually worth like $40, $50. I was like, oh.
Would you rather have a pet unicorn or a pet dragon?
Dragon, dude. Okay, what's a unicorn besides a horse with a horn?
That's it.
Do they run faster?
You can ride on it.
Yeah, a dragon I could ride on it.
And they're mystical.
And fly on it. And I could burn down places that I don't like.
You would have so many arson charges.
Dude, I feel like you would honestly, if you got a dragon, you could go to an island, claim it as your own country, and then literally have an army. And then go, okay, we respect him because we don't want to fuck with the dragon. He'll just come and set our whole government on fire and blow up our bombs with his fire.
What are you talking about? The modern military has lasers.
Dude, I think the dragon would fuck it up. I think like one good, sneak attack to the right place, shut all of the country down.
Have you seen the miniguns that take down missiles on boats?
Who says that can break through a dragon's scale? Dragon scales are supposed to be like impenetrable.
It doesn't. When you are launching 100,000 bullets,
Drew, you're talking about a mythical dragon.
You can hit
You can't use logic with mythical dragons.
Guess we'll never know.
The mythical dragon could like flap its wings maybe and just storms.
Okay. With inflation right now, do you want to pay the food bill for a dragon?
Yes, because what's their main hobby? They collect treasure. It's like having a big raven on your side to collect shiny shit. Except no one's saying no to this raven.
Yeah, but you're going to get like plastic nowadays.
Fort Knox, bro. We're taking it down. They're not going to be ready. Do you think Fort Knox would be ready for a goddamn dragon? No.
Yes, they have guns.
You're acting like a gun would take down a dragon. I don't think it would.
I think it would.
I don't think it would.
I think it would. A missile would definitely take down a dragon.
I don't think it would. I don't think it would.
I kind of want to make that the new poll.
What?
Fuck it, we're having 2 polls this week.
What?
Would a missile take down a dragon?
Are you saying you're taking the unicorn? Because I feel like most people. Most people just wouldn't believe you if it was a fucking unicorn, right? They're like, nah, you definitely glued a horn onto your horse.
Right. No. I'm taking the dragon.
Like, until it farted rainbows, no one would think it was a fucking unicorn. Would you rather sweat cheese or cry tomato juice?
Sweat cheese. Duh.
You would eat that, though?
Yeah.
I don't think it would taste good because it would be mixed with, like, your sweat. So it'd still be, like, BO-ish and nasty.
Cheese is already salty.
Dude, you would smell real bad. Think about that. Think about how bad you would smell. Tomato juice gets rid of bad smells. A skunk sprays you, you cry, you're golden.
Okay. Tomato juice looks like blood.
Even better. That's hardcore as shit. Tell me any argument you wouldn't win if you started crying.
I would.
You are killing me.
I would start listening to like Lamb of God.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, man, that would freak people out. You're at the gym putting a workout in, and you're dying.
Sweating cheese wouldn't.
Yeah, at least you could work out at home.
Same thing with the tomato juice.
No. If I'm at work...
When are you crying in public as much as you're sweating in public?
Every day of my life.
How often are you in public just weeping? Why?
The economy!
Why? Think about it. If you're sweating cheese, there's going to be this thick-ass film. People are going to notice. It's not like little beads of sweat that are clear. It's going to be like thick fucking nacho cheese running down your body.
I think we should take the entrepreneurial side here.
You couldn't sell it.
Who would pay more? Campbell's Soup or Velveeta?
Neither. I don't think they would want their products associated with that. So who would pay me more not to show it?
There you go. Tit for tat.
I think Campbell's Soup. Because they I feel like I don't know. They have a lot of soups. They got to be making bank. And they're only a couple cents.
Right.
Which makes me think.
You think Velveeta would pay for the stinky kid and Campbell's Soup would pay for the Antichrist?
They say when the Mary statue does it performs miracles.
When she does it, it's cool. When I do it, it's weird. Would you rather be able to speak to plants or communicate with inanimate objects?
Speak to plants.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like if you could control plants and really tell them what to do and help them out, you could really dominate this planet. That's why I always liked Poison Ivy or Swamp Thing with the power of the green. I always thought that power would be dope.
Dude, think how good you would breathe.
Yeah. Oh, dude. And trust me, you ever see what just trees do randomly with roots and how much damage they do?
Yeah.
Imagine if we can control stuff.
I don't think they grow that fast.
Well, no, but it'd be over time. And then you could get plants that maybe could grow that fast there. But imagine even just controlling moss.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. Or all the plants telling you what to do and mix. Like, hey, are you poisonous?
Dude, you'd never be lost.
Never.
If you're in a forest,
they would tell you exactly what
go left, go left.
If you collect these, it's a cure for this, you know? Like
right.
Although some plants,
know if know that.
Although would weeds trick you? You know, because there are plants that choke out other plants.
I don't know.
So would you be walking in the forest and just hear one be like, I'm killing you, bitch. It's going to take 50 years, but I'm going to take you the fuck down, bitch.
Perfect. I had a question. What do you think would be the most dick plant?
It would have to be one that chokes another, that lives off of another plant somehow.
See, I thought like Venus flytrap.
The one that's trying to eat meat that shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's trying to be something that's not.
We're such great brainstormers.
It would either be the plant, the fungus plant that takes over the minds of the ants, because that's pretty dickish. Like, I'm just going to make you a zombie. Or it'd be like, actually, you know what? A rose.
A rose.
Look how pretty I am. Come touch me. Fuck you. It's that or poison ivy. Like, I look like a regular plant.
I was going to say poison ivy.
I look like a regular plant.
But I'm not.
Go ahead and touch me. Go ahead. Yeah, get my oils on you. Yeah. This is my self-defense, although you're not even going to know it was me.
What person... Nope. I got it. The perfect answer. Cactus. Because they're already a prick.
And they're like, hey, we have liquid, but if you drink it, you're fucked. They're like out in the desert, and they're like, yeah, we do have water.
But not for you.
But you can't have it.
Huh?
Go ahead, try to drink it. Start hallucinating. One more. Would you rather use sandpaper as toilet paper or vinegar as eye drops? I'm going sandpaper.
I mean, there is a backside to it.
It didn't say grit. It didn't say what grit.
You're going to have the smoothest asshole.
But I feel like besides a little bit of the burn, it would actually work, right? For its purpose. You would still clean the poop. It would still get cleaned. Where vinegar in my eye, what is that fixing? It's not your red eye.
Okay. I don't need eye drops. I don't use eye drops. So I would take the vinegar as eye drops. I wipe my ass multiple times a day, though.
That's okay. Good point. It didn't say forever. It didn't say always. So I'm assuming this is a one-time deal here. I don't know. You might go blind.
Yeah, but I might also want to die after a week of rubbing my ass with sandpaper.
You wouldn't. You would just shave all your hemorrhoids down. Your hemorrhoids would be gone.
We're on Anchor, Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcasts at the Lunch Table PBJ. That's probably how you're listening to us right now. So if you are,
keep go ahead and doing that.
We're on YouTube and Rumble at the Lunch Table PBJ. That might be how you're watching us right now, unless you're doing it in person.
My Sharon.
Yeah.
Keep go ahead and doing that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're on Twitter at Lunch Table PBJ. That's how you can stay up to date with some of the stuff that we're doing, as well as take care of our poll.
I love it when you take care of our poll. And
our other poll.
Yes. 2 polls today. Double fisting.
Right.
Double fisting polls.
You can also do our
one
polls
for every hole.
You can also do our polls on YouTube and Spotify as well. We're on Facebook at the Lunch Table PBJ, as well as our fan page, The Munchies. That's how you can stay up to date and actually keep up to date on everything that we're doing if we update it. So
sometimes we do. Sometimes we don't. Facebook.
It's dying.
Yeah.
It's dying. It's too blue.
TikTok's really where it's at. YouTube. We get a lot of good people on YouTube.
Speaking of those, we're on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts at the Lunch Table PBJ. CJ takes care of those, and he does a pretty good job.
Well, thank you. All I'm doing is taking your editing and shortening it. So it's you who does a good job, buddy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lastly, if you want to do a good job, we're on Patreon at the Lunch Table PBJ. If you want to be one of those people that gives a little bit extra, that's the way to do it.
Like the gum. I like extra gum.
Yeah.
Apparently that's a black thing.
Would you rather 5 gum or extra gum?
5.
Yeah?
I think 5 gum's probably the best gum out there.
Would you rather bubble tape or Big League Chew? I love Big League Chew.
Probably Big League Chew.
I love the grape.
Bubble tape, it's hard not to eat all of it and then be disappointed once its flavor's out. Big League Chew is actually like chewy enough that it satisfies me. A lot of the other gum is too soft.
Yeah.
That one, like, you actually, fuck.
You need natural gum.
Yeah.
I think you do well with that.
I think I would. I like chewing on, like, rubber bands and, like, thick rubber like that.
Coins.
Yeah, not coins.
Take us home.
Drew, thank you for being you. And dying on the podcast. Spreading germs. Thank you, Sharon, for stopping in and always being a wonderful guest. Thank you for watching or listening to us, however you view us in your pleasuring modes. I'm assuming that when they're listening to us, they're pleasured. Being pleasured?
See, I think of it more like Christmas when you get socks and underwear.
Yeah, you need it, though.
It's something you need.
I'm excited about it.
Right.
I get excited about it. They buy me fancy ones. Like, they buy me ones with
I got
turkees.
fancy and utilitarian.
They buy me ones with turkeys and like little cartoon characters and platypuses. I like it. One time I got shiny pink ones. I like them all. Collect them all. True.
CJ.
Do you got any advice for the people?
Oh. Don't be the nail that gets hammered down.
Okay. Good. My advice is read the contracts. We sign up with these corporations and we think they're going to do the honorable thing when really it says right in the contract that they're a bunch of big dodos.
Oh yeah, Apple has a big problem with that. Or Disney.
Oh.
Disney has a new one.
Does it?
A lady died on Disney's cruise, and the husband can't sue because he signed a Disney Plus member agreement.
Oh my God.
He won't sue Disney.
He won't sue See? Always read. They get you. That's how they get you.
Yeah.
That's how they get you. These contracts, man. Peace!
Goodbye, see ya.
If I get taken out by an octopus, does that make me an octopussy?
Doesn't make you an octogenarian.
An octo-victim?
Octodiddy?
I got octodiddied.